What's up, guys? Today, what we are going to be discussing is how my faith has changed. It's been about 2 years since I gave my life to Christ, and if I'm being real, it's been like one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I didn't realize my need for God at the time. I was so broken to the point where I felt like something was missing in my heart and in my soul. And little did I know was that I needed Jesus in my life. Since I was struggling very badly with my mental health and with other aspects of my life. Honestly, there's some areas I'm still working on, but it's not as bad as it was when I first came to Christ. When it comes to giving your life to Christ, it's not like you change all of a sudden. It's a process that God takes you. I started to realize that I didn't really change much until months has passed by, that a lot of situations that have molded me and that have tested my faith, it has caused me to become more and more like Christ. Looking back at the situations I've gone through, I realize that God has been using those hard times to mold me for the purpose that He has for me. I really want to touch base that if anyone is recently new to the faith, just know that it takes time to grow with your relationship with God, and just go at the pace that God wants you to go. As I'm starting to walk more and more with Jesus, I'm starting to realize how important community is. And little did I know that God has blessed me with two brothers that are on the same path. I know that a lot of people are not blessed with having two brothers or like two close siblings that are following Jesus. But if that's the case for you guys, I just highly recommend you guys seek community and pray to God that He sends people that have the same mindset and also same beliefs, such as following Jesus. I didn't realize how much community has impacted me, such as just having two brothers. Since one of my brothers, that's the middle child, it's like God has been talking through him to me on how I've been acting. And honestly, when people try to give you advice, I would just say have an open mind, since back then I was just so prideful and egotistical where I feel like I shouldn't receive any advice from younger people, especially my brothers, since they don't have as much experience as me. I was wrong, since I didn't realize how much wisdom and knowledge God has given my brothers. It just shows how even people that are younger than you, they can have more wisdom as well. Some of them have gone through a lot of things. Let's just say in your friend group you're the oldest, or in your community you're the oldest, but there's people that are younger than you that have wisdom. You should be open to listen to them. That's just been the journey God has been taking me, just being open-minded on what others say, because sometimes God can speak through them. I've been very blessed that God has been changing me throughout these past 2 years. I just hope that anyone that's watching this video just know that God is real and that He can literally change your heart. I know that He may not change your circumstances yet, but like God is more focused on your heart, and then eventually, if it's in His will, He would change your circumstances. When it comes to being egotistical and prideful, it's a bit more difficult to submit to God, because you feel like you know what's best for you, but in reality that is not true, because you don't have control over your life. I know a lot of people that don't believe in God say that, but it's like there's so much outcomes that can occur. Like you can get sick, your family member can get sick, you can get a promotion, you can get fired from your job. It's just so many things can happen. Submitting to God is a big thing that God has been teaching me recently. Don't despise when God tries to discipline you to become more submitted towards Him. God knows what's best for you. The reason why God made the 10 Commandments is because He wants to protect us. So whenever God tells you to not do something, you should listen to Him, because He's just trying to protect you, since He's a loving Father. So now I just want to touch base on how I'm starting to trust God more and more and to submitting towards Him. I'm starting to realize that how much I need Him, since I'm so weak, and there's a lot of strongholds in my life that I've experienced that I really needed Him in my life to come help me out. I'm still getting delivered from them, but I realized that if I were able to overcome those strongholds, then I wouldn't need God. So I feel like sometimes God allows us to face those strongholds so we can run towards Him, but also realize that we are weak and that we should be relying on God and having our eyes on God. That's another journey that God is taking me as well, to rely on Him and to submit to Him more and more. I understand how this walk is hard, since there's a lot of doubts that I have faced as well. So just know that you are not alone, and that a lot of people are dealing with the same things that are following Jesus. Just know that God is the only one that can change you, not yourself. So just keep trusting Him and relying on Him, and just know that you're not perfect, but God doesn't call us to be perfect. He calls us to just trust him and to rely on him. Since it's all God that gets the glory, and it's all God that's doing this work. I'm just a vessel that is willing to be open to be used by God. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and just share this video with as much people as you can. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.